Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spiritually Fly the Word. It is time for another Sunday session, and again, this particular session is inspired by my Sunday class, which is called Soul Prince, and it is all related to Booyah, my book, Spiritually Fly. So today, this Sunday, the word comes from chapter 3, which is Sutra 3. Sutra 3, Sutra 2. Sorry, guys, Sutra 2. Last week was Sutra 3. So, Sutra 2 is stand in your truth. Now, before I read this particular passage, I want to say that standing in your truth is not saying that everything that comes from your mouth is truthful and honest or is the firm word, right? Is the truth for everybody, right? We all have our own truths. Standing in your truth is really being authentic to yourself, being honest with yourself, and then, of course, being honest, truthful with others. So I wanted to put that out because, again, standing in your truth is not about making a stake in the ground and saying, what I am saying is the truth for me and it's also the truth for you. Not at all. What your truth is, it's what's authentic to you, and having the confidence and the bravery to speak your words with intention, with compassion, with power, with honesty. So what I'm going to read now is actually a little bit different passage that I read in class. So I just want to say that. I felt like as I jumped online tonight, I wanted to share something a little different. What I'm reading from tonight is from page 40 of my book. Again, it is Sutra 2, Stand in Your Truth. And the section is called Balancing Compassion with Truth. Telling the truth can be extremely uncomfortable and sometimes highly painful for you and for others. Does that mean we avoid telling the truth in an effort to block the discomfort? Do we only tell half of what is true and leave the awful elements in the dark? All spiritual practices list truthfulness and honesty as primary ways of connecting and getting close to God or the divine. I'm sure that you've experienced truthful conversations that felt like hell. The emotional distress lingered for days, and you were far from feeling spiritually awakened after the dialogue. Instead, you would have preferred not to have a conversation or opt for dishonesty because at the time, it would have felt easier. Avoidance is simply pushing the truth into the ocean and walking away with the belief that it will not return to shore. This and telling half-truths are delusional states of being that keep us trapped in fictional realities designed to numb the pain. Culturally, we've been taught at every touch point of our lives that blaming others and avoiding truth feelings is better, or avoiding the truth feelings feels better. This is partially the result of not being equipped to responsibly deal with difficult situations and conversations in an honest and mature manner. From listening to our parents yell in their breakups or breaking up with someone via text, we mostly evolve. My tongue is tired, so I'm going to read that sentence over. It's late in the day. From listening to our parents yell to breaking up with someone via text, we mostly avoid the truth as a way to protect ourselves. So what I want you to think about is how you can possibly provide or engage truthful conversation, especially with your coworkers, most importantly with the ones that you love and care about, that you call your friends and your family. And even in those difficult moments, even in those times where speaking honestly and telling the truth can be uncomfortable, we know that we have to do it. We can't avoid the truth. We can't tell part of it and leave tons of it behind. Now, when we are moving through those difficult conversations and we are having them, it is so important for us to do it with intention, layer it with compassion, and most importantly, add an element of listening. We have to also listen to the other person that we are engaging and speaking with. So, one of the things I'd like to encourage you to do, and this is what I spoke about in class this morning, was to create a daily act of honesty. And I often find that a daily act of honesty starts with myself. So making a commitment to my own personal truths, making a commitment to my own lifestyle, making a commitment to my own daily practices, and doing that filled with honesty, not lying to myself. Like, it's impossible for us to go out and tell the truth with other people and we're sitting at home lying to ourselves. Like, that just does not work. So create a daily act of honesty with yourself. Create a daily commitment to yourself. And from there, when you have those honest conversations internally, it will make it so much easier to have those conversations, especially the challenging ones with others. So that is the word for today. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, feel free to pop those into the box. Actually, I will share one more little piece around daily acts of honesty. So some of the tips that I do share about daily acts of honesty, one of them is be thoughtful and mindful with the words that you speak. The other one, and I often do this when I need to have a really challenging conversation with someone, take your time when writing texts and emails. Like, if you are unable to actually verbally have a conversation with someone, write your email, pause, write your text, pause, give yourself a few moments to breathe, sometimes give yourself a full day, and then go back and reread it. Because if we are making an attempt to share something really difficult, and we are triggered by what is happening, and we immediately jump into text mode, or we immediately jump into this email mode, and like, I'm gonna send this now. I need to speak my truth. I need to stand in my truth, right? If we're saying all those things to ourselves, but we really haven't thought fully through it, write it, give yourself a moment, come back to it. And then if it's still resonating in that same way and in that same tone, then go for it and send it. So again, really important. Take your time when writing text or emails, especially when you are upset or triggered. Pause, breathe, write, pause again, review, and send. And if you are really heated, I recommend giving yourself at least 1 hour. And in that hour that you are giving to yourself, or in that day, sometimes it's really heated, you need to give yourself like 24 hours. In that time that you are giving yourself to just settle in, do some breath work, right? Do some alternate nostril breathing, do some left nostril breathing, do some deep, long, deep breaths. And then send the message, send the text, make the phone call. But don't move into that space of speaking your truth and standing in your truth when you're super heated, when you're extremely angry, and in those moments, especially when you're triggered by the situation. So there you have it, everyone. That is the Spiritually Fly Sunday, the word. It's all about truth and honesty. And once again, thank you so much for being so supportive. The passage for today, of course, comes from my book, Spiritually Fly. Pick it up, click the link in my bio, and yeah, have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you guys later in the week. Namaste, Sat Nam, and Ashe. Ciao.